which will be jOjO versus Tempest, starting on Sparkle. Starting on Sparkle. Does he capitalize it? I don't know. jOjO versus Tempest. I feel like Tempest is going to be a Protoss. If he's not, that'll be interesting. But I guess I'm thinking that because the Korean Protoss was named Tempest. I think, right? Or am I going crazy? Maybe I'm going crazy. I don't know. I don't know. Game 1. jOjO versus Tempest on Sparkle. Here we go. Where is my little banner thing? I don't think I changed the map to say Sparkle. Yeah. Ah! Sparkler. Sparkle. There we go. You gonna let me tab back into Brood War? It's lagging. Let me go back into Brood War. Okay, so spawning in the top right-hand corner as top position as the orange Zerg, we have Kurosho, otherwise known as Tempest, and on the 3 o'clock position, in the 3 o'clock position as the green Zerg, we have jOjO, who spells his name like that, so I will honor it. That is the spelling he likes. So we're going to have some aerial Zerg wars. We'll see who has the better muta control between these two guys. Once it lets me update the name. Hopefully I got it. Looks like going to be a nice advantage here for jOjO, as his Overlord is going to go to the correct spot first. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you, Obs. I believe in you. I'm trying to update the name, but we just hit a solid lag spike. Pretty savage one. There we go. Let me say okay, damn it. Come on. Come on. And we can see, as I wait, sorry, I literally can't move the screen right now because it's being blocked by Obs, but we can see a drone is going back to expand for jOjO. In the meantime, Tempest has opted to get his pool and his gas. It looks like before his expansion, so we're gonna have a very fast muta build here from Tempest and a slower muta build from jOjO. Spawning pool, not a bad spot for it. Get the gas there. Slightly optimizes the mining, etc., etc., all that fun stuff. So he did overgas, it looks like. Yeah, definitely did overgas, so gonna max out his muta count on one base, whereas jOjO is gonna go for the 12 hatch play. It's not a situation you usually see, an overgas versus a 12 hatch with no Ling larva dynamics. And I guess my sense of this is that obviously jOjO has to spore. The muta will be faster from Kurosho. However, it'll be a question of, basically, it feels like it'll be a question of this gas, because Kurosho, unless Kurosho does something, or unless jOjO does something really interesting, like goes for Hydra or whatever, but if Kurosho opts for muta, he's going to be behind in initial muta count, right? And in gas count, he can never get ahead unless he gets the second gas. So if the spores aren't good and Kurosho builds up a decent muta advantage, then he can just forever kill the gas over here with his muta advantage, and just, that's kind of surprising. Oh no, never mind, he needs the gas, so that's not that surprising. So he can just forever be ahead in muta, which you sometimes see in land maps, but there's more to it, whereas this is just going to be purely an air thing. So there's a possibility that this game will center around can Kurosho deny the second gas, as that will give him basically a permanent muta lead. And it might be in this position, it's just a generally, but it'll be interesting to see, because of how fast you can take this base and how quickly you can afford to take the gas. It'll be interesting to see the overall, where the overall gas stacks up over gas against 12 hatch. when you don't have to worry about anything and can just promptly, you know, like overgas and then basically immediate hatch as well here at the back door. Alright, so he's got 4 lings out, working away. Both players working away on their side receptors. We can see the timing of the second gas is not going to be that different for each player. How much difference will we see in these gases? About a 200, or is that 300 gas difference? About a 300 gas difference. And I don't think he's going to get this 300 gas faster. So the advantage here will definitely go to jOjO in all respects. Although the Spire timings are close enough that there probably won't be that much of a window here for jOjO to come down before jOjO's Muta are in fact out. So we see jOjO does not have Muta, or does not have a spore at this gas, which might be an oversight. He's going to keep droning. That might be an oversight. Got the Evo chamber down. He's going to be very, very well spored in this base. Is he going to spore over here? I really feel like he needs a spore somewhere in this vicinity. Given where the Muta would likely, well, he can micro from any direction he wants, so he's going to need a spore there, or he's going to lose that gas if jOjO is thinking that way. All right, so here comes the Muta. All right, we got 3 larvae saved. We got 3 larvae saved. All right, so what is the gas? Oh, he actually hasn't taken the gas. Oh, he hasn't finished the. Well, maybe he will get enough gas advantage to kind of equalize the game in that sense. Oh, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Alright, jOjO now regaining control of those Mutalisks. Overlord's very well positioned here from jOjO. Alright, comes in, goes for a drone. Gonna go to work on this spore colony. Alright, he is getting a creep colony over here, but he does not have the gas defended from this angle, and if he can deny that spore, okay, well, if he can deny that spore, he would have had beautiful area to micro around this gas. Oh, that's not what you want to do, though. Now, he's got to get out of here. He's got to get out of here soon, because there's Muta about to pop for jOjO, and jOjO will have an initial advantage at this base, as I haven't seen more Muta rallied in. Oh, God, jOjO. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Taking a few too many hits on those Muta from that spore. Not something he wants to do. You got to remember, all right, so where does the gas stack up? We've got 298. All right, so he has pulled back about 150 of that gas advantage, but it's still a 1 to 2 Muta theoretical gas advantage right now for jOjO. Of course, let's see, have both players opted to spend some money on upgrades? No. So right now, that probably means that the Muta count should be about even. I guess he does not like how that spore is affecting his mining, so it is been rejected. And now, will the Muta come down here and harass this part of the base? Best angle to harass the gas from would be this side, unless he's just going to try to micro over the spore and get the spore. I mean, I think that's the place to focus the harass on. I don't think it makes much sense to focus on harassing over the natural. He's going to get some creeps of his own, which might not be a bad idea, because one thing that would definitely be a play, and actually that's something I hadn't thought about till just now, is if he focuses harass on this gas, there's probably enough spores to be like safe, right? So he could go for the gas, but that would trigger a potential counter from jOjO, and with no defense, you know, you couldn't safely harass down here, given the position of jOjO's Muta, as you just get annihilated up at your home bases. But now with him spored up, he's got a little more safety to harass wherever he wants. Still a little bit dangerous, though, to harass that bottom location, given the full map travel distance to the main base. Alright, so we got attack for jOjO, and we got armor finished for jOjO. So now jOjO has a little bit of an advantage here with his Muta. Now, what are the counts? We are looking at 9 Muta here against 8 Muta here. So this is a definite advantage in Muta count for jOjO, especially with the current armor advantage as well, who's going to opt for actually a fast hive. Interestingly, neither player has opted to really do any harassment yet. Third base up for jOjO, and I'm a little surprised. jOjO probably would like a little more intel, but I guess it's hard to commit to flying over another person's base with your Muta, and you can't like run lings in here, so it's a little bit harder to get scouting intel in this situation. But he could make a pair of Scourge fly him in. You know, he just doesn't really know what jOjO is doing. Given what he's doing, he's working his way into a great position, and jOjO is perfectly okay to sit back. It's jOjO that needs to do something on the map, especially since he's not teching to hive and doesn't have a third base. He's in danger of getting very behind. And okay, so we got no information, we got nothing on the scouting path. So we've got a situation here where both players are kind of going by, and there are enough Muta here to counter. So we'll see if he just, or to just go for this spore. So we'll see if he does that right now. He is going in there. He's targeting down the Muta first, and he's going to lose a lot of stuff with the natural. Is jOjO, but his Muta are coming back. and they should be able to clean up what is here. Unfortunately, I can't split out the count. Alright, so here come the returning Muta, and this should be something of a win for Kurosho. He should win the fight. He's got his armor upgrade, and jOjO does not have his attack upgrade yet. And there are just more Muta here from Kurosho, so yeah, he's going to clean that up, and that'll give Kurosho a solid Muta advantage. He did lose drones at the natural, but he did not lose gas mining. And he still has this third base to work with. He's got some few more drones out, and I think that was a pretty suboptimal trade in the end for jOjO, as now he is definitively behind in the Muta count. Yeah, quite behind. And of course, with the extra hatches, extra larva, extra gas, Kurosho and Hive on the way, or theoretically on the way. Maybe he's just gonna make a queen for ensnare. I don't know. Catch some Muta out. It's looking pretty good for Kurosho right now. I think jOjO is in danger of his window passing him by. Drone drop? Slow drone drop? Not sure what's going on there. I would have thought you'd maybe get speed first. I don't know. I guess he wants to drop drones. I guess you're gonna have to if you want to expand at some point. You're gonna have to try to drop somewhere, but he doesn't have the Muta advantage. Oh, and Kurosho finds jOjO's Muta, and Kurosho gets the first hit. They're both pretty clumped up, but I think there is just Muta superiority here for Kurosho, who looks like is eating jOjO's Muta alive. It's hard to tell for sure in the midst of this battle, but yeah. That armor advantage working out pretty well. Actually, no, I think the +1's down. Yeah, the +1's down now, so maybe not an armor advantage at this point. Going for second armor. Is there a second attack being made? No, there can't be. Right? No, there can be. He's got lair. Where's his spire? Oh. Okay, so no second upgrade coming here for Kurosho, or for jOjO. Yeah, not looking good for jOjO at all right now. Hive is about to be done, which is just nightmare situation. Like playing against a Zerg that has Hive, especially a Zerg that's ahead of you that has Hive, it's not good. It's not good. Devourers are game changers, and of course there's always an option to throw in a Defiler and Plague Muta, which turn them into just paperweights. Just not a good situation. And of course, if he opts to take other... Well, gotta get these guys mining, but if he opts to take other bases, he's got Nidus options now. If he switches into ground, which with this much economy and at this point, it's certainly an option if he wanted to. Hell, he could probably even other base Nidus. You know, that I wonder if that's an option. You know, make like some lings, right? He's got a Nidus here. You've got Muta superiority, so just camp your Muta over right here and just pop up at like a Nidus. I think you could do that in this situation. Like, it's not like creep is identifiable and it doesn't let you build on the other person's creep. You just gotta have vision. So he could Nidus over here and easily defend it with his Muta. Alright, so that's a pretty decent Muta count. That looks like control group and a half. Oh, that is Muta superiority here. If Kurosho doesn't gather these Muta, he could potentially lose this fight. jOjO should have more here, unless I totally miscounted this. We got a few skirts going on, although Kurosho has his Muta very well split, but there are certainly more here from jOjO, and a few reinforcements arriving. I can't tell who's going to take the battle. It looks like, in spite of that, Kurosho is still going to take this, even with the better split. I don't know if that's the upgrade advantage or what that is going on here, allowing this to happen this way, but jOjO does not win that fight. Maybe I miscounted the Muta, but it looked like it was 15-16 Muta, well split against a clumped 11 or 12 here from Kurosho. So I'm kind of surprised Kurosho took that, but every even trade that happens for Kurosho right now is good for him. Ahead on bases, ahead on gases. Now he is getting this, which I think he can see, and I think, yeah, it looks like he's headed directly over here to shut this base down. Has managed to slow drop over here, but he's not going to be able to hold it. He's got 7 Muta, but Kurosho has more than that. Kurosho has about 9. Plus a queen, so just no option. jOjO's coming over here. It's kind of futile. In fact, it's suicidal if the ensnare is there, because then he can just trap the Muta. He cancels the hatch. Is the ensnare going to go down? No, I guess it's not. Should have thrown it down so the Muta couldn't run away. Oh, okay, is this going to... That doesn't... well, oh well. He's just throwing away all the Muta now. So now Kurosho is definitively, completely ahead. The hatch has been killed. More Mutas have been suicided. There's literally no way for jOjO to win this game from this position if Kurosho plays well and doesn't do something stupid like let jOjO have 2 extra bases. We got Devour's morphing. Just make Guardians and kill him, man. You got Hive. He's got nothing. He doesn't have jack shit. You can send a few Muta over here, but man, you got like a Spore, like 6 Muta, not that scary. Big deal. Big deal. Is he gonna try to harass? It's not even enough to tank the Spore. I think he needs, well, maybe 5 with like good pulling. 4 definitely can't kill a Spore. He just wants to kill drones. He's gonna sack Muta to kill drones. It's not worth it though. There's so many hatches. Like, if there's 1 hatch and 9 drones, yeah, this might be worth it if you're spored up at home. But under these conditions, no. Just gave away 6 Mutas for a few drones that can just 4 SD, 5 SD, 6 SD, and you're back. Total waste. Total waste. Double supply right now here for Kurosho. He is going to try to expand over here now, finally in base. But of course, Kurosho can even deny that. There's no Spore coverage right now. He's getting this base. Is he continuing with his... Yes, he's continuing with his armor theme. And it looks like jOjO's just given up, so jOjO's just falling behind in every way. He's horribly behind in army, he's probably behind in economy, he's definitely behind in gas count, he's badly behind in upgrades here soon. Nidus is being used to ferry drones over to this side of the base. More hatcheries being taken. And there's a huge Muta advantage. All he needs is a couple Guardians, and he can just kind of siege his way through. But I think he's got enough of an advantage now. And these Spores are spaced out. He can just go for the kill anytime he wants. He has what? 9 Muta. Maybe he can't quite go for the kill. He needs to make like 1 more round of Muta. Got plenty of Scourge. The Devourers are in there. I think we're just waiting for Kurosho to decide he can go for the killing blow, or for jOjO to admit to himself the hopelessness of his position. And it looks like Kurosho just wants to see if there's anything out there, anything suspicious. I like it. Kurosho's got air dominance, so he's got a beautiful spread of units. You know, there's a few places to sneak by, but he's got a pretty damn good idea if jOjO goes anywhere. It's kind of odd that he's like leaving Mutalisks around the map. They probably could be in better position, but you know, and he's just cannibalizing the map now. Now he's gathering up some of these Muta, but like these 2 are probably going to get left here. It tends to be what happens at any level aside from really, really pro level. You leave some units around the map, you think you'll come back to them, and then you just forget they're there, and they just end up being perma-scouts. Kurosho, just make a couple Guardians, man, and kill him. Put us out of our tediousness. We do know the outcome of this game. I hate to say it's called, but it's called. Unless he just flies his Muta over jOjO's base and like on hold position. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alright, does he want to go for it? Does he want to go for something? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. jOjO's actually closed the supply a little bit more than I expected. But let's face it, the economy from Kurosho right now is getting huge. You have a decent number of Muta here. Alright, here we go. But with those Guardians, we know how this fight's going to go. And jOjO has awkwardly picked the fight largely out of the range of his own Spores. Immediately retreats the Muta. Now, this might be too many to attack. This is not that many Mutalisks for coming in and taking down the Spores. He may be able to get it, but I'm not like 100% sure he can. So he's going to run away. He should have just taken that fight, masked up a smidge more, or added a Guardian or 2. This is not the way to engage this fight. We're having a little bit of misrally, a little bit of control issues right now from Kurosho, but still continues to destroy and hammer the Muta of jOjO. And of course, these Mutas now badly acid spored, so they're going to take brutal amounts of damage in the next fight. They'll basically all evaporate. Like, they're not dead, but they're as good as dead. What is going on here? Don't do that, please. Don't do that. Don't do that. No need to waste Muta. Kurosho has a metric ton of gas right now. He could just spam Scourge. I don't know. I guess that's pretty much all you could bother making. Please, just get like lurkers and like Nidus some lurkers in here and just lurker siege him. Do something fun. You've got such a commanding lead, especially now that your economy is this boomy. Like, you've got a ridiculous economy compared to him. Aha! At last. But why? No, don't do this to me. Morph the guard. Alright, well, the Guardians are going to come kill him, but the Guardians are going to have to walk across the entire map first. And unfortunately, sporing against Guardians is not very worthwhile, given there's a subtle difference in range. Which is to say, Guardians probably have like 50% more range. No, probably not. Because Guardians will inadvertently walk into spores and cannons if you're not careful. It's kind of painful, actually. They'll pull a Reaver on you. Lots of Muta for JoJo, finally getting a Hive, but he doesn't have it yet. Here come the Guardians. Probably more Guardians, to be honest, than he needed, but, you know, whatevs. We know how strong this army composition is against pure splash air. You know, you can beat Guardians with things like Wraiths or Scouts up to a point, but you can't beat this combination like this. And of course the supply is also double for Kurosho. So here comes death. Here comes death. He's just gonna see those Guardians and be like, fuck. Fuck. What can I do? Nothing. Just gotta camp everything, gently pull this back, pull this Devourer back. These guys don't need to be out in front like this. Alright, here comes some Guardian shots. Going in, Muta running in. Devourers just need to get off a few shots. A nice ensnare going off right there to slow these guys down. Muta, of course, evaporate. As I said, they've got a ton of acid spores on them. And the Guardians are offering more than enough DPS. And it looks like with the Guardian backbone support, there's enough to punch through. And there it is. GG. Kurosho takes game 1 on Sparkle. Properties. JoJo, aka Tempest. No, JoJo 0, Tempest aka Kurosho takes game 1, and we go into set 2 on Jade. Or as some would call it, Neo Jade. Game 2, Kurosho versus Tempest on Jade. Spawning in the top right-hand position as the Red Zerg, we have JoJo. And spawning in the bottom right-hand position, we have Kurosho. Given the location of the natural, this is a weird scout from JoJo, but he's going to inadvertently scout correctly. Generally, the accepted direction of Overlord movement is towards the closest natural, which actually both these players, no, this is the correct direction for Kurosho, but this is not, the closest natural is not here for JoJo. Of course, scouting patterns can vary, and it's not the end of the world, but generally the most traditional scouting pattern is to scout towards the closest natural. But both players are going to see each other, so we're going to have a quicker intel game. Of course, it's ZVZ, so you never get enough intel fast enough to decide if, like, you can safely 12 hatch or whatever. Or if you're at a disadvantage by putting down a 9 pool, or whatever the situation may be. But it looks like the situation is 9 pool for JoJo. Is 9 pool for JoJo. 9 pool, baby. 9 pool gas. Get the gas. Get the gas. Where's the gas? Where's the gas? There's the gas. There's the gas. 9 pool from JoJo. And oh dear. Oh dear. This could be bad for Kurosho. Gonna be a lot of early lings. Oh wait, is he gonna 12 pool? No, he's gonna expand. Okay, so it's looking a little bit dangerous right now for Kurosho. He's about to put down a pool, or about to put down a hatch with no pool, which is bad when the other person's making a lot of fast links. But I need some good drone micro, some good pulls, maybe some missed micro by JoJo. So he's gonna immediately get those drones on gas. I'm pretty sure we'll see speed. You never know, but I'm pretty sure if you see speed, that really seals his fate. A very, very hard build to defend. Whoa! Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck. Kurosho's just dead. Oh, fuck. He went for gas before the pool. Oh, he wanted an extra drone? This is so greedy. What is this? Oh, my God. Oh. I don't know what Kurosho is doing. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. JoJo, like, can't lose this. JoJo, if you somehow lose this, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna be very sad. This is like undefendable. He's gonna like have 6 lings Well, I guess he could go to the wrong base, but he's also inadvertently going to the right. Wait, no, he's seen the Overlord coming in. So he knows even where the base is, so it's actually a bad thing for him. It's a bad thing for Kurosho. Oh, he's not going there. Oh, come on. Come on. It's kind of a bad thing that Kurosho went this way with his Overlord. It's now just confirmed to jOjO where he's at. Oh, he went for Lair first, so that's a bit of a bummer. But I still don't think there's any way that Kurosho is going to hold this, because what do you do? What do you do? You can't even, like... I guess you should make a sunken here right now and just start drilling. I don't like this decision. You don't need to attack. Like, kill the damn hatchery. Don't give him a chance to make lings. Don't give him a chance to make lings and defend. He's just not doing anything with 4 of his drones. This would not be my take on how to play this. All right, so we got drones being pulled, but there's are just now lings hatching. He's trying to get the hatch, but there might be enough lings and drones to defend. Is it possible? Oh, but he loses those lings. Really need to keep those alive. Perhaps the multitasking is a little bit too much. We will see. More lings are pouring down. He's going to need some good... Now he's finally got the hatch attacked. All right, it looks like he's going to get the hatch, although he's trying to get the drone drills, but the drone drills are not working out for him. But will there be enough lings to hold? Oh no, he's sending the drones back. Now is not the time to send the drones back. He is... Because jOjO is still going to flood lings in. Oh no, these lings are getting picked off. Kurosho sort of had a chance to defend, but both players have not had ideal micro. But now Kurosho, I think, has lost his chance to defend, and there it is, GG. Honestly, the way jOjO played that, I think he gave Kurosho a window to defend with just a little bit better micro, but a few too many AFK lings and a mistiming of sending the drones back end up costing him that game. Of course, he shouldn't have won that anyway, so jOjO ties it up at 1-1. And we go into our next set on... Also, that was ridiculously greedy for ZVZ. I mean, 13 pool after 12 hatch? That's like a ZVT thing, but a ZVZ thing? That's like next level greed, man. Next level greed. So, the final game to decide between Kurosho, aka Tempest, and jOjO. So in the bottom left-hand corner, as the red Zerg, we have jOjO, and in the top right-hand corner as the purple Zerg, we have Kurosho. What kind of question is that? Like, you can't tell? It says the turn rate if you're playing a game. Alright, so this time both players are scouting normally, which means it'll take them a while to find each other. It will be on any. I don't have the fastest. Discussing their lag situation. Understanding the task at hand. Alright, what's going on? What's going on? I bet you Kurosho's not going to 12 hatch 13 pool this game. Alright, so we're doing a little drone supply trick. And we see a pool from jOjO, or are we going to see a 10 hatch? What is going on? 10 hatch? 10 hatch? Please tell me that isn't going to be a pool. Alright, we're going to see a 10 hatch. jOjO does all kinds of weird builds. We're seeing all kinds of weird builds from these two players. And we have 9 pool, or sorry, overpool from Kurosho. And there's the pool from jOjO. Probably followed by a drone and then gas, or just gas in this case. He's tended to follow his pool of drone, but in this case, it's going to go immediately for that gas. So we're going to see, presumably this is an aggressive link build. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, we saw last game. jOjO went for 9 pool, which usually goes for speed, and he opted to get the lair first. But with a hatch this fast, a lot of times the intent is lane aggression, especially with the pool and super prompt gas afterwards. So what is the difference in hatch timing? Enough to be problematic in the right circumstances. Alright, we're going to take guys off gas. Yes, we are, so it is definitely going to be lane aggression. Took the drone off one too early. Just has to get his gas fractionally slower. But this is a fun one to do. Can be surprising to the opponent if the opponent doesn't know what's coming. Got a 6-lings out, about to have 8. So now it's just a matter of snuffing out where the other Zerg is, and he's about to know. They're both about to know where the other player is. Got a scouting ling out, so he's got about 6 here. So now jOjO just needs to sit for a sec, build up that ling advantage, and then he can come cross map. Alright, this is a good position. Can he pick off this ling? No. Good. Good from KrOsHO. Ling speed on the way. Should soon see a reset of rally, and lings coming across the map. Ling coming in to take a look, sees, oh, that's a lot of lings and a hatch. Well, now jOjO's thinking, that's more than I wanted to see. He's thinking, I could lose this if I'm not careful. Flare on the way from KrOsHO. Please, jOjO, stop with the idle larva especially when you're doing a ling all in. You need reinforcements. He might get surprised out here in the open, and this is really good for KrOsHO. Because I bet you KrOsHO is making stuff at home. Yeah, he is. Well, it's really good if he doesn't donate all of his lings. But the lack of... Okay, finally those are made. But reinforcements are going to be really delayed right now from KrOsHO, but maybe... Or from jOjO, but maybe KrOsHO's messed... Oh, this is too early! KrOsHO doesn't want to fight this early! Oh, no! Getting surrounded by jOjO's lings. And now he's fighting with too small of numbers. He needs to pull back, get drones involved or something like that. You can't just fight that badly down numbers. We'll see. Now he's running into the drone line. Lings are out. Needs to drill with the drones. Drones are too slow. All right, these lings are getting together. This is maybe a little bit better of an even trade fight to pick. He is equal in larva, so if he can get the ling count down, he can hold this, but his drones are getting eaten alive right now. And now he's pulling everything to the natural, it looks like, to defend. But of course, this is giving him a time with no mining, which is really bad. And it looks like jOjO's got it, and KrOsHO forced to say GG. The move into the middle map doesn't work for him, and jOjO, despite losing the first game in pretty dominant fashion, comes back to take the win 2-1 over KrOsHO.